Hi everybody, Mary O'Shea here. I'm going to show you how I make my dragonflies using copper stuff. This is like copper sheeting stuff. You can buy them in craft stores. They come usually like this big, and you'll get a couple of them in a little cellophane bag. I don't even know what thickness that is, but it's pretty thick, just thick enough to hold the dragonfly body. Okay, so when I start, I have these funky old pair of scissors. You will probably ruin whatever scissors, but I've been using these for probably 20 years to make these. So I'm going to cut out the body first, okay? Let's use the cat. Oh yes, the cat. Get off of that. Get off of that. Okay, so basically, how do you have the...
We're rolling.
They want to see how I make the dragon nut fly, not how I talk to the cat. So in my vision of a dragonfly, it looks kind of crude, but I start off like that. So that's going to be one side of the dragonfly, and then I just kind of come in and try as I might. Remember, no two are alike, and they're certainly far from perfect, but you get the idea. Okay. Yes, you do enough of these. Whew, okay. So it curls up, so I ended up taking it, and I just kind of take this weird pair of pliers I've had for a million years, and I straighten out the body like that, try to make it flat. Then I go back up here on the main body part, and I kind of try to even out some of these little spots where I did the indentations to denote the little parts of the dragonfly body, okay? I make 3 just because, you know, why do you need more? And then the top one is going to be, the top little node's going to be its head, okay? So that head looks like it got squished on the side. So I'm just going to kind of even them out. There we go. Side, kind of, sort of, okay? In my book, that's pretty darn good. So for some reason along the line, also I take this thing to kind of take off any of the sharp edges, because the wire can be kind of unmerciful. And so for some reason along the line, I started just kind of bending the body like this. I give it like 8 little crinks. I'll make up a new word. It's a crink. 7, 8. I do not know why I do that, but I do. Okay, there you have it. Okay, so now here's the next phase. This is 16 gauge wire. I get an Ace True Value, whatever. You can find it at any hardware store. Copper. And I just kind of hold it like this. Sprite Ted. My husband Ted is filming. We are professionals. So I start off this. I leave like 4 inches on the end. And then I start in here and I just kind of wrap around the head a couple of times. And then I'm going to go up here like this and kind of make a loop. You kind of ease it into place. Then I make another loop around the head, and this time the little dragonfly wing is going this way. Calm down, Sprite. Then I come back in here and make another loop. And I'm going to go back up here to that first one. And bring it back down. You're trying to keep these all wrapped within that dent, that first little indent you made under the head. It will hold all of these wires together. And then you'll see what I do here. So there you go. Can you kind of see what I've done? Wrap it back around, and I end up on the back of the dragonfly, what I'm going to call the back, and I just kind of, oh, maybe this will be the front. So I'm going to take that, and I'm going to kind of tuck this underneath here, underneath the body, so nobody gets hurt with that end of the wire. Yes, these are hard on your hands. Yes, they are a labor of love. Oh, then that tail that I left, the 4-inch one, I bend it up, and I squish down the body with these pliers. Our dog is going nuts. If you hear heavy breathing, it's not my husband. He's seen me do these before. Believe me, it's not that exciting to him. And then I come up here with, again, these flat pliers. I kind of bend it like this. And then I take some needle nose pliers and whatever these are called. I'm not professionally trained. I've been doing glass for 30 years, and I'm self-taught. So I've never been told what you're supposed to or you're not supposed to do. And I certainly don't know the names of my tools. I probably should, but I've never been that interested. So you end up with this kind of a framework, okay? If you feel any, at this point, I just kind of try to make the wings, I try to flatten them out. I put them down on the table. I try to make them look as sweet as I can. Sprite, calm down. Again, the peanut gallery. Girlfriend, calm it down. Calm it down. Okay, so here we are. We're doing good. The last part of this is, back over here, hun.
Oh.
Bye. Back to the tutorial. Hi. So the last part is the skinny wire. You're going to get 22 gauge copper wire at Ace Hardware. 22 gauge, it's really thin. And I just kind of eyeball it. I'm going to cut, what is that? What is that, about 8 inches or so? So here's another little weird part. You're going to be making a framework that you're going to shove the glass in through, okay? So I start like this. I wrap it around the one side, and then I wrap it around the other side, and I just kind of randomly go up. I know some of you were asking about, well, how far do you take this? And listen, if the wire is too short...
Hope she doesn't have to poo.
Oh, honey, shut the video down.
No, go ahead. Let's finish it. You're almost there.
Can you edit this?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, no.
Yeah, shut up. Take off the poo part. So, calm it down, girl. We'll do part 1 and part 2. This part 1 will just be the framework. Part 2 will be where I put the glass into it, okay? So just watch what I'm doing. Sprite, come on, honey. Daddy will take you out in a second. See how I'm wiring that around the edge there? That's what's going to hold that down. You're going to want to make that not sharp also. There again, I do it like that. I'm going fast because we have to take the dog out. And just continue on and do all the wings. Do we have time here to finish this?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm doing this in record time.
She's calmed down.
I don't know what that was all about. This looks like I cut off too much of the 22 gauge wire, which I will end up having to cut off and use for something else later on. You don't need to take it all the way to the tip, because remember, you're going to be shoving glass in there, and that can get kind of tricky if it's too narrow. So, but that'll be part 2 of this tutorial. Let me just finish getting this in here. I hope you're understanding what I'm doing. Maybe slow-mo would have helped better. And then last but not leastly, we have the last one here. So this is real time making the dragonfly. Real time with me and my husband and our dog and our cat. Welcome to my house. Pandemic 2020. Okay. Tuck that back in. At this point, I just go through, I lay it down flat. I try to just try to make sure it's all nice. There's no pointy edges on it. Nothing here is going to cut anybody. I tuck some of these. I've tucked all these in where I've looped around it. Except that, no, that was fine. And just trying to make it more, finished, I guess you will. So what's going to happen next in my next tutorial, I'll show you. I'm going to weave the wire pieces, the glass pieces, into the wings. That's it, part 1. Cut.
Wait. Okay, wait. Say goodbye.
The troublemaker.
Goodbye.